By your arts, my dearest father, you have set the wild waters in this roar. Allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounted to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her dashed to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter. Who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing from whence I am. Nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
Or to know to never meddle with my thoughts.
Lend thy hand. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion within thee, I have, with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered, that there is no soul, nay, not so much perdition as an air, betid to any creature in the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must no farther.
Well, I've often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour's now come. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
Oh, by what? By any other house or person? If anything the image tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hast. And more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward in abysm of time? Thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, then how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since thy father was the Duke of Milan, and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was the Duke of Milan, and thou his only heir, and princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or, blessed 'twas we did.
Aye, foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly hope hither.
My heart believes to think, oh, the teen I turned you to, which is from my remembrance, please you farther.
My brother, and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. Thy false uncle dost thou hear?
Sir, most heedfully.
Having both the key of officer and office, he set all hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear. that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendest not.
Look at sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, in my false brother awakened an evil nature which had no limit. He being thus lorded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but with what my power might else exact, he did believe he was indeed the duke, and out of the substitution and outward face of royalty, with all prerogative, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
Having no screen between this part he played and him he played it for, he needs will be absolute villain. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable. Confederates, so dry was he for sway with the Duke of Naples, to give him homage, do him annual tribute, and subject his coronet to his crown, and bend a dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Millen, too most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark the condition and the event. Then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Millen with all its honours on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Millen, and in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me, and thy crying self.
Alack, for pity! Not remembering how I cried out then, will cry o'er again. It's a hint that brings my eyes to it.
Here a little further, and then I'll bring you to the present business which now is upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not at that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colours fair painted their foul ends. In few they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared for us a rotten carcass of a boat. Not rig, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
A cherubim thou wast, that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven. When I have decked the sea with drops full salt under my birth and groan, thou didst raise in me an undergoing stomach, to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, did appoint us, with fresh garments, linen, stuffs, and accessories, which since has steaded much. And, out of his gentleness, knowing I love my books, he furnished me from mine own library, with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I arise. Sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than princesses can that have tutors for fewer hours and vainer times not so careful.
Heavens, thank you for it. And now, I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm.
No thus far forth. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now my dear lady hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Now cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I'm ready now. Approach, my Ariel. Come.
All hail!
Great master.
Great sir, hail!
I come to answer thy best pleasure.
Be to fly,
To swim,
to dive into fire, to ride
the curled clouds.
to thy strong bidding task,
Ariel!
and all his qualities.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article,
I boarded the king's ship,
now on the beak,
now in the waist,
The deck,
in every cabin.
I flamed amazement.
sometime I'll divide and burn in many
the
places.
fiery cracks of sulphurous roaring,
The
the
most
most mighty Neptune.
Seem to be
The
siege
siege.
and make his bold waves tremble.
Yea, his dread trident shake.
Well, who was so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation.
All the mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel.
Then all afire with me.
The king's son Ferdinand
Was the first man that leaped.
cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here."
Why, that's my Ariel. But are they safe?
Not a hair perished.
On their sustaining garments, not a blemish.
But fresher than before.
And
as thou badest me in truth,
I've dispersed them about the isle,
The king's son have I landed.
By himself.
Whom I left cooling of the air.
with sighs.
In an odd angle on the aisle and sitting.
his arms in the
Sad
sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners say are thus disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is
the king's ship, in the deep
No,
nook,
she's hid.
The mariners all under hatch stowed. I have left to sleep. And for the rest of the fleet,
which I dispersed.
They all have met again and are upon the Mediterranean float. Bound sadly home for Naples.
Well, Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. Time twixt 6, and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil?
Since thou dost give me pains,
Let me remember thee what thou hast promised.
which is not yet performed me.
How now, Moody? What is thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Before the time be out, no more!
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service.
Told thee no lies.
Made thee no
No
mistakings.
Served without a grudge.
Or grumblings.
Grumblings.
Thou didst promise to bait me a
Full
full
year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou liest! Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Argier.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgett'st. This damn witch Sycorax from Argier. For one thing they did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and was left here by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, wast then her servant. And as thou was a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands, she did confine thee into a cloven pine, within which thou didst painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban.
Her son.
Dull thing, I say so, he that Caliban whom I keep in service. Thou best knowest from what a torment I did free thee. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was mine art when I arrived and heard thee that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
Thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in its knotty entrails till thou hast held away 12 winters.
Pardon, master,
I will be correspondent to command.
and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days I will discharge thee.
I thank thee, master.
What shall I do?
Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, hither, take this shape and come in it. Go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. Visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, that I do not love to look
But
at.
as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our wood, fetch in our fire, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho! Slave! Caliban, thou art thou! Speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the lesser light and how the greater which burned by day and night. And I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whilst you do keep me from the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, built as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Ho, 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 ho! Would it had been done? How didst prevent me? I had peopled else this isle with little Caliban.
Abhorred slave, which any prince of goodness wilt not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other. When thou didst not, savage, not thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish, I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. But thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had in it which good natures could not be abided with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined to this rock, who hath deserved far more than
You taught me language. My profit on't as I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Stop! Hang us! Fetch us in fuel, and be quick. Thou art best to answer other business. Shrugg'st thou, malice? If thou neglects or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
I must obey, for his art is of such power that it would control my dam's god, Setebos, make a vassal of him.
So slave hence!
Or should this music be in the air of the earth? It sounds no more. Sure, it waits upon some god of the isle. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck, this music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it here, or it hath drawn me rather. But 'tis gone. No, it begins again. The din he does
gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, and he hath lost his fellows, and strays about to find him.
I might call him a thing divine, but nothing natural I ever saw.
Goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit finds spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most surely God is on whom these airs attend. Oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly made.
My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, or I but were 'tis spoken.
How the best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
Single thing as I am now that hears thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples,
Ah,
who with mine own eyes, never since I've ebb, beheld the king my father wrecked.
Lack for mercy.
Yes, faith, and all his lords.
at the first sight they have changed eye. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. Soft, sir, a word.
Oh, if a virgin and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
They are both in either's power, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. Soft, sir, one word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost hear yourself the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink, thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered husks and roots were in the acorn cradle. Follow.
No! I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Would your father make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
What, my foot, my tutor?
Beseech you, father.
Hence! Be not on my garments.
Sir, have pity, I'll be assured.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. An advocate for an impostor. Hush. Thou thinkst there are no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench. To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come, follow us. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as if in a dream, are all bound up.
Did well, fine Ariel.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not you for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry, for you have cause. So have we all of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and that merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few and millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One, tell,
when every grief is entertained that is offered, comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dollar comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You tended wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Fie, what a spendthrift is he this
I
tongue.
prithee, spare.
well, I have done. But yet,
He will be talking,
the air breathes upon us most sweetly here.
as if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there's none or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were, drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new-dyed than stained with old seawater.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say, he lies?
I or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we first put them on, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis.
Ah, 'twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
And, sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why, in good time.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rares that e'er came there.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage?
Cram these words into my ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost. And in my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live yet. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swoln that met him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss, that would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where at least she is banished from your eye, who hath caused what the grief on her.
Prithee, peace.
We have lost your son, I fear forever. Milan and Naples have more widows of this business-making than we bring men home to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost!
My lord Sebastian! The truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
And most urgently.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
Had I a plantation on this isle, my lord,
He'll sow it with nettle seed.
Or docks or mallows.
and were the king on't, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would by contrary execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit. No name of magistrate. Letters should not be known. Riches, poverty, use of service, none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, or wine, or corn, or oil. No occupation. All men idle, and women too, but innocent and pure.
No marrying among his subjects.
None, man, all idle. Whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
God save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me?
Prithee, no more. Talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister such occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you. So you may continue to laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given.
And had not fallen flat long.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you. I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep, for I am quite heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What, you so soon asleep? I would my eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom comes to the sorrow, and when it's off, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person as you take your rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Then why doth our eyelids not sink? I find myself not supposed to sleep.
Nor I, my spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou wakened?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language out of thy sleep thou speakest.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortunes die rather waste while thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom. You must be so too, in which to do so trebles the oar.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so, to ebb hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, whiles thus you mock it. Ebbing men indeed most often do so near the bottom run by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee.
Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is queen of Tunis, she that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life, she that from Naples can have no name, she that from whom we all were sea swallowed, though some cast again, and in that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue what to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis, so is she heir of Naples. Twixt the regions there is some space.
Say this were death that now hath seized them. Why, they were no worse off than now they are. There be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps. Lords that can prate as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. Oh, what a sleeper is for your advancement! Do you understand?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I do remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feater than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows, now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir, where lies that? 20 consciences that stand twixt me and Milton. Candy be they, and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead, whom I with this obedient steel 3 inches of it can lay to rest forever, whiles you, to the perpetual wink of eye, doing thus, would put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our course.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou got to Milan, I'll come by Tunis. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute that thou payest. Die the king shall love you.
Draw together. When I rear my hand, do you the like. Fall as on and let us both was left.
Now, good angels, preserve the king!
Why, how now? Ho! Awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Oh, whilst we were securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing of bulls or lions, rather. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
Don't do this, Gonzalo.
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one, too, which did awaken me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise, that's verily. 'Tis best we stand our guard, or that we quit this place immediately. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens, keep him from these beasts, for sure he is the island.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on Prosper fall, make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. But they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me i' the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand out of my way, unless he bid 'em. Yet for every trifle they set upon me, sometime like apes, who mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs, that lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime am I all wound with adders, who with their cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo, now lo, here comes a spirit of his to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. They'll all fall flat, perchance you will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear up any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that should shed its liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same black cloud cannot choose but to fall by pailfuls.
Oh!
What have we here? A man or a fish?
A fish.
Very ancient. That fish-like smell, a kind of, not of the newest, poor John. Were I in England now and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there would but give a piece of silver. There would this fish make a man, any strange beast that makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they will easy have 10 to see a dead Indian.
Legs like a man, and feet like a fence.
Worm on my troth, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no further. This is no fish, but an islander that had lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his cavity. As there acquaints itself with strange fellows, I will here shroud to the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to see, here shall die ashore. This is a very scurvy turn to sing at a man's funeral. Oh, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang, would cry here a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of char nor pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where she did it. So to see boys, I let her go hang. This is a scurvy too, but here's my comfort.
Oh, do not torment me, oh!
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of Ind, huh? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. For it hath been said, as proper man as ever went on 4 legs, cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again while Stephano breathes in
Oh,
nostrils.
the spirit torments me, oh!
This is the monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief if it be but for that. If you have never drunk wine to go forward, will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on needs leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fits now, and does not talk after the wisest. If you have he shall taste of my bottle! If you have never drunk wine afore, will go near to remove his fits. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Dost me yet but little hurt, thou wilt anon, I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. No language to you, cat. Open your mouth. This will shake you. I'll tell you, and that's soundly. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chops again.
Hold that voice. It should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices? A most delicate monster. His 4 voice is to speak well of his friend. Voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stephano!
Doth my other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy! This is a gentleman, no monster. I will leave him. I will have no longer.
Stephano! If thou beest Stephano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo, thy good friend Trinculo.
Thou beast Trinculo, come forth. I will pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed! How can his that be the siege of this moon calf? Can he then Trinculus?
I took him to be killed by a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stephano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, two Neapolitan skates.
Really, do not turn me about! My stomach is not constant.
Right. There's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped on a bit of sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree, of mine own hand since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swim ashore. Man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast thou any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar's in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf? How does thy canoe?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee and thy dog in thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new content, swear.
By this good light, this is a very weak monster. I am afeard of him. A very shallow monster. The man in the moon, a most poor, credulous
I'll
monster.
show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee be my god.
Hold it down and swear. Come, kiss.
I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but serve thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make one of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts. Show thee the jay's nest. Go. And instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometime I'll keep the young scamels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company, else being drowned, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We'll fill it time and time again.
Farewell, master. Farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor spirit drencher, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, Cacalaban, as a new master, get a new man. Freedom, heyday, heyday, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Some sports are painful and their labor delights in themselves off. Some forms of baseless are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she's 10 times more gentle than her father's crab, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some 1,000 of these logs and pile them up upon the soaring junction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work and says, such baseness had never like executor. I forget, but these thoughts do even refresh my labors most busy lest when I do it.
Alas thou, pray you work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs you were enjoined to pile. Pray set it down and rest you, when this burns to a weep for having wearied you. My father's hard at study. Pray now rest yourself, he sang for these 3 hours.
Oh, most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. You beat that. I'll carry it to the fire.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you. And I should do it much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look weary.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you're by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father a book has to say so.
I admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, but you, oh, you so perfect and so peerless, are made of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex, nor any woman's face I remember, save by my glass and my own. Nor have I seen more than what I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad I am skilless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my tower, I wish for no other companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like her. But I handle something too wildly, my father's precepts I there indeed forget.
I am, in my condition, a Prince Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so. I would no more endure this wooden slavery than suffer the flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service, and there resides to make me slave to. And for your sake, am I this patient logman.
You love me?
Oh, heaven! Oh, earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind revenge if I speak true. If wholly invert what best is voted me to mischief, I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I'm a fool to weep at what I'm glad of.
There encounter of two most rare affection. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore we
In mine unworthiness, dare not offer what I desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, as all the more it seeks to hide itself from the bigger bulk it shows. Hence bashful cunning, and prompt me play in holy innocence. I'm your wife if you will marry me. If not, it's I your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or not.
my mistress, dearest, and I thus humble every.
My husband then,
I, with the heart as willing as bondage or of freedom. Here's my hand.
and mine, and my heart. Now, farewell to half an hour hence.
Thousand.
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. Also my book, for ere supper time must I perform some business appertaining.
Chill on me! When the butt is out, we'll drink water, not a drop before. Therefore bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me!
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 of us upon this isle. We are 3 of them. The other 2 can bring like us, the stiff totters.
Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee. Thy eyes almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam, ere I could recover 35 leagues up and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list, he's no standard.
Will not run, monsieur monster.
Nor go neither, yet you'll lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does my valiant master? I will lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him, he's not valiant.
Now, I am ignorant monster. I am in case to jostle a constable. Was there ever a man, a coward, that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, how he mocks me! Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo again! Bite him to death, I prithee!
Dracula, keep a good tongue in thy head. If you prove a mutineer, the next treat. The poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble master. Will it please you to hearken once more to the suit I made to thee?
Marry, I will kneel and repeat it. I will stand it, so shall Truculo.
Why, as I told thee, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer that by his cunning hath cheated me of the isle.
Thou liest!
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee, I do not lie.
Truculo, if you trouble him any more in his tail by this hand, I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Come then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by cunning he got this isle, for me he got it. Thou wilt revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I will serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. But yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his bead.
Thou liest! Thou canst not!
What a pied ninny is this, thou scurvy patch? I beseech my master, give him blows and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine. I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
The Truculo! Run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand turn in mercy out of doors and make a stockfish of thee.
What did I? I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest!
Did I so? Take thou that! Oh! As you like that, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. What? Out of your wits and bearing too? A pox on your bottle. This can sack and drinking do. A marine on your monster and the devil take your fingers.
Fire in your tail! Prithee, stand farther off!
Beat him enough. After a little time, I'll beat him too.
Stand farther!
Why, as I told thee, just accustom with him in the afternoons to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books. Or with a log batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his waist with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They'll do hate him as rootedly as I. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house he'll deck withal. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax, my dam, and she. But she far surpasseth Sycorax, as great as does least.
So brave a lass!
I shall become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I shall become king and queen, save our graces. And Truculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Truculo?
Excellent.
Come, give me thy hand, and swear I beat thee. But while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
Thou makest me merry, I am full of pleasure.
The mean monster will follow.
I'll follow, Sacco.
My master.
Fire, Lakin. I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache. Oh, here's a maze trot indeed. Through forthrights and meanders. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
O Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forgo the purpose that you resolved to effect.
Its advantage will we take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travel. They will not, nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous, sweet music.
You must kind keepers, heavens! What were these?
A living droppery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns.
I'll believe too.
If in Naples I should report this, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders, or certes, these are people of the island, who, though they are the most monstrous shapes, yet note their manners are more gentle kind than that of our human generation. You shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well. There are some of you there present that are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse such shape, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise in departing.
They vanish strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear.
I will stand to and feed. Brother, my lord the duke, stand to and do as we.
You are three men of sin, whom destiny, and never submitted sea, and was to belch up you, and on this island, where men doth not inhabit, you must men, ye most unfit to live.
You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. You breed from mimics of the plant root prosper, exposed under the sea, him is an innocent child.
Which malady, the powers, delaying not for gain, having senseless need and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace.
We of thy son alone, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me, lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you in your ways. Upon your heads is nothing but heart's sorrow and clear life ensuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. They are now in my power, and in these fits I leave them, whilst I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine beloved darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange
Oh,
fair?
it is monstrous, monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son to the ooze is bedded. I'll seek him deep with their plummet sounding, and with him their line mudded.
Oh, but one at a time, I'll fight their legions over.
I'll be thy second. All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now gins to bite their spirit.
If I have too austerely punished you, my compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, which now I tender to thy hand. Here, before heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for you shall find that she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter. But, if if thou didst break her virgin knot before all sanctimonious ceremonies may with full and holy rite be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow, but barren hate, sour-eyed discord, and disdain shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly that you shall hate it both. Therefore take heed, as Hymen's lamp shall guide you.
As I long for quiet days, fair issue and long life, with such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion our worst genius can, shall never melt mine honor into lust, and take away the edge of that day's celebration when I shall thank her. Phoebus' steeds are founded, and night kept chained below.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel.
What, my potent master, here I am!
Thou and thy meaner fellows this last service did worthily perform, and I must use thee in such another trick. Hear this place, incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
Before you can say come and go.
And breathe twice and cry so.
Each one tripping on his toe.
We'll be here with mop and mow.
Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Do not approach until thou dost hear me call.
Well, I concede.
Oh, look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warned you, sir. The white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well. Now come, my Ariel, appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes, be silent. You look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. These revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all but spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, the all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind, We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I'm vexed. Bear with my weakness, be not disturbed by my infirmities. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. Turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace.
Come, with a thought I thank thee. Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to.
What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir. They were red hot with drinking, so fun of valor that they smelt the air for breathing in their faces.
Beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet bending towards their project.
Then I beat my tabor, and like unbacked colts they pricked their ears.
Advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt muse.
So I charmed their ears that calf-like they my lowing followed, through toothed briars, sharp furzes, pricking gossamer thorns that entered their frail shins.
At last I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell. They are dancing up to the chins that the foul lake overstuffed their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for still to catch these thieves.
I go.
I go.
I go.
A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so is mine cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
I pray you, tread softly that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We are now near his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than to play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell a horse piss. Now which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. You here, monster. If I should take a displeasure against you, look you.
Thou wert but a lost monster.
Good my lord, give me that favor still. Be patient for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore speak softly. I'll hush this midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
Oh, there is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss.
This is more to me than my wedding. This is your harmless fairy, monster.
I will fetch off my bottle in the pool, though I be all ears for my labor.
I prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou there, this is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief that shall make this island thine forever, and I thy Caliban, for I thy foot liquor.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, Stefano! Oh, Pierre! Oh, worthy Stefano, look what a wardrobe is here for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool, it is but trash.
Oh, I know it belongs to a frippery. Stefano.
Put off that gown! By this head I'll have that gown!
Gracial heavens!
The dropsy drown this fool, would mean you to dote thus on such luggage. Let's alone and do the murder first. If he wake from toe to crown, he'll fill our skins with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Monster, be you quiet! Shh. Mistress Trunk! Is this not my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the trunk. Now, jerkin, would like to lose your hair and prove a bold jerkin.
Do, we steal by line and level ain't like your grace.
I thank thee for that jest. There's a garment for it, which shall not go unrewarded when I am king of this country. Steal by line and level is an excellent passive page. There's another garment for it.
Monster, put some lime upon your fingers and away with the rest.
I shall have none on't, we shall lose our time. And I'll be turned to barnacles or to apes with foreheads villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear this away from my hogshead of whitehead, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Don't you carry this?
And this.
I am this.
Fury! Fury! project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes up right with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour,
At which time, my lord?
you said our work should cease.
I did say so when first I raised the tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Just as you left them,
All
prisoners,
prisoners,
sir.
In the line grove which whether fence or cell.
They cannot budge till your release. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections will become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir.
Were I human,
And mine shall. Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason gainest my fury do I take part. The nobler actions in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back. You demi-puppets, that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, whereof the yew not bites. And you, whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms, that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault set roaring war. To the dread, rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong base promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped, and led them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. A solemn air and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell stuffed. O good Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes, even sociable to the show of thine, fall fellly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. O good Gonzalo, honorable man, my true preserver, and a loyal sword to him you followest, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a further in the act. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who with Sebastian, whose inward pinches were most strong, would sooner kill your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Your understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Ariel, fetch me my garb and rapier in myself. I will discase me, and present myself as I was sometime millen. Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt heir of freedom. So.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabit here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
If thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and the affliction of my mind amends with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave, and if this be at all, a most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the isle, which will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all, but you, my brace of lords. Were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No! For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son, Ferdinand.
I'm at woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patient says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss.
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss. For I have means much weaker than you may call to comfort you. For I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh heavens, that they were living both in Naples, king and queen there. That they were, I wish, myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire, that their eyes devour their reason, and scarce think they do offices of truth. Their words are natural breath, but howsoever you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very duke which was thrust forth of Milan. Welcome, sir. This sells my court. Here have I few attendants, and subjects none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet lord, I may cross.
No, my dearest lover would not for the world.
Yes, and for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle in. I would call it fair
If
play.
this proves some vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise! And say how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world that has such people in it!
'Tis new to thee.
With whom thou wast at play. Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, but never saw before. Of whom I have received a second life, and second father this lady makes him to me.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, And there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which will be shortly, single I'll resolve you of all these happened accidents. Till when be cheerful, and think of each thing well. Spirit, set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet some missing of your company, a few odd lads that you remember not.
Let every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune! Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio!
If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight.
Oh, Senibus, these be brave spirits indeed. Oh, how fine my master is, I'm afraid he will chastise me.
Aha, what things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy 'em?
Very like. One of them is a plain fish and no doubt marketable.
These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, hath plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where had he wine?
Ugh, and Trinculo is reeling ripe. How should they come by this grand liquor that hath gilded 'em? How camest thou in this pickle?
I've been in such a pickle since I saw you last, that, fear me, will never be out of my bones.
Oh, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not! I am not Stefano, but a crab!
The king of the Isle, sirrah.
I should have been a sore one then!
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
I shall, my lord, and I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. Oh, what a thrice double ass was I to worship this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool!
Go to away. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest this one night, which part of it I'll waste away with such discourse as shall make it go quick away. The story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle, and in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my millen, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise thee calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that it shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel, chick, that is thy charge, that to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell, or release me from my bands, with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now, I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so, that it assaults mercy, and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.